Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Beauty Connective Podcast, where beauty professionals all over the industry are coming together to grow, connect, and get real about what it's like mixing business with beauty. Today, I'm so excited to be joined by Mar Aranda, hair extension specialist and Mane Luxe educator in the Bay Area. We're chatting all about rebuilding in the industry, making big business pivots, and finding your business values. Thanks so much for being here, Mar. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Me too. I'm so excited to be on here as well.
You have such a story to tell, so I'm so excited to get to know you and hear all about it. Maybe start us back before you decided to pivot and make a big change in the industry.
So I started doing hair. I graduated high school in 2010. I actually ended up graduating early, and I always revolved my career decisions around having a family and this and that. Like, how can I be the most available for whenever I had kids and stuff? So it was always what can I do that's the easiest thing? So that's when I was like, oh wait, I love doing makeup, I love doing hair, I love the beauty industry. And that's when I went to a graduation for a Paul Mitchell's at the Paul Mitchell school, someone I knew. And that's the first time I was ever this is actually pretty cool and I think I could do this for a living. And then I just ran with it. I actually ended up graduating high school early and started about 2 weeks after I graduated and just ran into beauty school. And yeah, I've been at it ever since and built my career in my little town and this and that, and decided to start over, 2022? Because
Okay.
so it's definitely quite the story here, but it's definitely been my love. I love this career so much, and it's been a dream, honestly. Even with the weird life turns, it's been wait, you know what? I get to do this for a living at the end of the day. So,
Totally.
yeah,
It's
but
surreal sometimes. It's I
yeah,
can't believe I sit here and just make people feel better about
yeah,
themselves. And it's just
yeah.
so fun.
It really is. I'm a yapper, so I love talking to people. I love hearing their stories. I'm a hardcore empath, so I'm always just oh my God, and then I don't know, I turn into their therapist, and
Oh, yeah.
we're just going back and forth. I always can't wait to see what they're gonna say next. What ended up happening? Did you leave him? You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
totally.
yeah.
You're crying together, but that's
Oh, for
happened to me
sure.
more times than.
Yeah, I love it. It's a dream. Yeah.
Oh, I love to
But
hear that. So you had been doing hair for quite a while. What, 12 years?
yeah, it's right, 2010. So 15 years,
Yeah.
right? So 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's math. Yeah. So yeah, and I knew from the get-go, I've been I knew from the second I started doing hair that I'm okay, I'm gonna focus on extensions because I
Mm.
wore them since I was a sophomore in high school because I had little toddler hair. So it never had the length that I ever wanted. So I knew that that was always going to be my niche. So I started extensions since the first class I ever took straight out as soon as I got my license was a dream catchers class. The microbead extensions. I'll never forget.
Uh-huh.
In Beverly Hills, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And yeah, I started focusing. I've been focusing on that since then. So it's a very, very seasoned in the extension industry for sure.
Yeah.
So,
And you had done it for what, 12 years before you made your big
yeah,
pivot?
yeah. So I went full blown got my license, immediately got into a rental salon. And at the time I was 18, so I had no big girl bills yet or anything like that. So luckily I also didn't have any student loans or anything like that. So I was able to really focus on just building. Very supportive parents. And then, yeah, I just built and built. I was known as the extension girl in my cute town. And so
Yeah.
I still get DMs to this day, are you ever coming back? What the heck? I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
only two
yeah.
hours away. You guys can come see me if you want. But
That's what I was gonna ask is where were you in
I
your
was
small
in
town?
Tracy. So I was in Tracy, California. So it's in
Okay.
the Central Valley, very tiny little town. It's not even that tiny anymore. Everyone's moving there. So, but right outside of the East Bay. And then now I'm in Sonoma County. I'm in Windsor,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 hours away, I don't think it's that far, but I mean, I did the drive all the time, so it wasn't. But I am very grateful. I do have a handful of clients that still come to see me all the way over here, and they're like, love them forever.
The
They're
OGs, yeah.
OGs. They will not. I could move to the moon, and they're coming with me.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to the
shout out to
shout out
them
to the real
for
ones.
sure. Heck yeah, they have been through everything with me. So yeah, it's been great. It's been awesome. But so yeah, and then 2022 in September is when I made the jump and moved here.
Okay.
So that was when the big bang happened.
Mm-hmm.
The big bang.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Tell us about the Big Bang. What happened that made you want to move?
Well, in May of 2022, me and my ex-husband separated. I'd been with him since I was 14. So like my whole life was,
Forever, yeah.
forever in our tiny little town. Like if you knew me, if you saw me, you saw him. If you saw him, it was just like a tiny little thing. And so in May we separated, and then I went off. I moved out. I did my thing, and then I had just opened my salon the year before that. So I had opened my salon in April of 2021. Me and my really good friend, we opened our like dream salon after having countless issues everywhere else, and we both started our hand-tied extension journey together, and that's a really cool story. But we opened our dream baby, and then, yeah, who knew that by the next year I was going to be like, yeah, about that. I ended up making the decision to move here in July, very on a whim. I'm very impulsive, which would be very wild for me. I've learned to control it, but I also let it fly because I know that is what gets me to
It's like served you in the past.
things.
Yeah.
And if you're scared, do it scared person. I don't tiptoe around it. I do it. So in June, it was July when I was on a family trip. Me and my cousins were in Hawaii, and they're like, hey, it'd be cool if you moved here. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I always wanted to kind of end up here anyways. And so I always like try to convince my husband to move here, but he was like, no. And I'm like, all right, well, okay. And so I ended up here anyways.
Yeah.
So moved here and was doing the back and forth thing. So my mom still lived in the area of where the salon was. She lives in San Diego now. So she still lived there. So I'd stay with her for a week or two, get my clients done. I'd come back and kind of I had a pretty good schedule. And I was doing it, and me and my friend, obviously, we had this conversation before I made the decision, and we're like, we'll make this work until we always put our friendship first. We didn't want to get to a point where we were like holding grudges against each other in our business and stuff. Like we always knew that was our priority. And so we wanted to be like, hey, if we're going to make this work, and if it just gets to a point where it just doesn't make sense, like we're going to have a conversation. We'll handle it. Like, you talk to me, I talk to you, like whatever. And so
yeah,
that ended up happening sooner than I expected. So that was like in October. And once I kind of detached from the salon, like ownership of it, that's when I was like, okay, well now I can start opening up my, like the idea of like working here locally. And the town I live in, like the salon that I work at is literally walking distance from here. And the owner, which is Michaela, the founder of Mane Luxe. So her and I have been connected since she was one of my OG trainers from the first hand-tied extension class that I ever did in 2018. And so I always kept in contact with her just because my family lives here. So like, I was always like, oh my God, my family lives here. You're right down the street. I knew I was just going through obviously, going through a divorce. Like there's already that emotional, like, duh. And then now I'm like walking away from my salon. So that was like, oh my God, like there was so much that was like, I need to talk to someone about this that's been through the same thing.
Yeah.
And so that's when I also needed my hair done at the time. So I was like, all right, I'm making an appointment. We're just going to have a therapy session and a hair appointment at the same time. And that's where she pretty much gave me her 2 cents. And then at the end, she's like, so anyways, are you going to work here or what? Like literally. And I was like, hold on, let me because I knew the second I said yes to her, I had to completely be done with my salon. And so that was a really hard decision, but
Totally.
very grateful that I made it because it ended up working out beautifully. It was very different for me. I've always been a salon rental stylist,
Mm.
an owner. Like I wore all those hats. I never in my life thought I'd be a commission stylist. So it's very different. And so I had to weigh out the pros, the cons, and then once I realized like the financial aspect of it, I'm like, it's literally almost the same thing. And I don't have to worry about the overhead. I don't have to worry about all that stuff. Like I'm literally starting completely over right now. Like this is the best thing that can happen to me. Just have to focus on work and getting to work, and that's that. Like I don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to go to the beauty supply store. I have to buy hair. I mean, hair is so expensive.
Yeah.
Like all this overhead that I didn't need. And so it's like the best decision, honestly, that I've ever made. And we tell our students about it all the time because I guess that's like a huge, huge thing right now is like people going from rental to commissioner, like there's this huge pull on either direction. And
yeah, totally.
yeah, I do. I talk about that a lot to our students that come in, and you'd be surprised like how many are on the same boat and even just starting their lives over, or some people are moving cross country. I'm like, dude, I just moved 2 hours away, and like that was hard. I can only imagine like moving.
Yeah.
It's been quite the journey.
I was gonna say it's almost like it's a reverse direction than people normally move because
absolutely.
people normally start in commission and then move on and want to start their own thing, booth rental, and then like their own salon. And almost starting that salon, I'm sure felt like it was like your baby, like your thing that you built.
I used to like not joke about this because it's not a joke, but I'd be like, I literally went through a whole divorce and the salon is what broke my heart. Like it was the hardest.
Yeah.
My poor therapist. Oh Lord. But like what would bring me to tears was talking about my salon and talking about everything. And like my little baby and this and that. And it's I think finally I've gotten to a point this year that I can finally feel like, okay, like, yeah, that was my story and that's that. But it's like, I'm so proud of it. It's still there. It's still up and running. It's in really good hands.
Good. Yeah.
So shout out to Arrow and Maine. It's my baby.
Yes.
But that was a really hard chapter for me. Like emotionally, like it really took a huge toll on me. It was my baby. It was my everything. So
yeah. What kind of helped you like move on and like accept? And I know you said that, moving back to a commission was just like a weight off your shoulders and just not having to worry about a lot of the things that came with salon ownership.
Yeah, it was hard in the sense of, I want to always say like the ego aspect of it. It was hard to be like, I've never had a boss, which, okay, like, it's just, there's so much little things that were really hard and like, to get used to. I'm so used to them now and so grateful that there's systems in place now, not just like, la. But what really honestly, what helped me was I had such a good mentor. Michaela has been someone that like, has been through something very similar, and she kind of just let me feel what I needed to feel. She didn't like shut me down. She wasn't like, okay, like get over it. Like, it's like, we're here. Like she let me kind of go through the motions of that like year and a half of me trying to like figure everything out. She was so graceful with me and so patient because holy moly, it was like at this point, like my identity that I was telling, like just trauma dumping on my clients, all this crap. That was really helpful. And I mean, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I think that everyone in the world needs it, no matter what. I think when you say you don't need it, you probably need it twice as much as everyone else.
Yeah.
And just having, I'm very, very blessed with a very supportive family. And it's been very helpful to be, and why I moved here in the first place is I started feeling like really isolated from in my little town because it was just like getting louder and I was just getting like, I was like I don't want people knowing my life. Like I just want, and being so, I don't want to say so known or anything like that, but like everyone knew your business in there and all this. So when all this happened and my private life blew up, I started getting really reclusive. So I realized like, okay, like I'm like not leaving the house. Like Target's down the street. Why am I Instacarting it? You know what I mean? Like stuff like
Yeah, yeah.
so I started noticing those patterns, and that's when I knew like the healthiest thing for me would be to like move closer to family and be like somewhere not alone, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm very much somebody that shuts down completely,
Yeah.
completely blocked, walls up, like no one can get through. So
Mm.
it was really helpful to be here, handle what I needed to handle mentally, and it's been a dream, and just like my support system, great mentors, great people. Surround yourself with people that are actually on your side and not just like using you for anything. So
Yeah. What's maybe been the best part about the whole change from salon ownership to back to commission?
I think being able to focus on the art of it again and being able to like it's almost like I always loved my job and I always loved the transformation of it, but like being able to really just like completely I don't have to worry about like the booking, the this, the that, like the applications. It's literally I get to wake up, get ready and just go make people pretty and
Mm-hmm.
not worry about everything else and like focus solely on the art of it and the transformation of it. And it's just I freaking love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It like reignited my passion for change and passion for like just giving people back their spark. It
Yeah.
resparked me to respark them, like, it's just the
Mm-hmm.
fire. So
With all the pain and the difficulty of the change and transition comes the beauty of it all too.
exactly, no rain no flowers, that's my favorite saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would you tell stylists who are struggling with that decision to booth rent or go commission or progress toward salon ownership?
I would say if anyone's debating on the booth rent commission thing, I think one of the biggest things that helped me was really look at the numbers of it, look at what your overhead is going to be, look at, especially if you're moving to a new area, the expenses of life, the living expenses, and look at all that stuff. And if that's something that's totally in your budget and you can just like ball out and just be a booth renter and not really worry about the numbers of it all, by all means, do you. But if you are really trying to focus on rebuilding and just creating these relationships with clients and starting over from scratch as far as like getting your name out there, finding a supportive place that has like the means to be able to help you market, to help you get to where you need to be. Because obviously environment is like one of the biggest things, no matter where you're at. So,
Mm-hmm.
but to me, it was just very helpful to know that I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Like I really
Yeah.
was able to, especially with the finances of it all, like, I mean, you go from having and being booked out for months to, oh shoot, I gotta like literally start over again. Like it,
Yeah.
luckily I had a good amount saved and stuff. So I was able to like get myself through, but still, I mean, that was still very different and very new for me. So just
Mm-hmm.
knowing the numbers of it all and just seeing the pros and cons of it. Like taxes are always fun for no one. So it's, I mean,
It's the best part of
when I tell
being your
you,
own boss.
yeah, like when I did my taxes for the first time as a commission stylist, I was like, there is no freaking way. I'm going to jail. Like, there's no way I'm done in 5 minutes. Like, this is insane. Like, it took me
Yeah.
forever to do them before, and like the anxiety of it all, and like, oh my God, am I gonna get audited? Did I do this right? Like, how much do I owe? What? Like, okay. Anyways, here's my life savings. Like, it's just
Right.
it's been that right there sealed the deal for me. The tax,
Yeah.
honestly, like the fact that I don't have to worry about, and if I have to pay something, here you go, bye. Like, it's
Totally.
not anything absolutely insane. Like, yeah, it's been great.
What are some of the green flags for stylists to look for in salons if they do want to work commission?
I would make sure you have a supportive team. I would look at the past stylists that have came out of there. I would look at the owner and how they approach education, how they approach like the quality of stuff you have in the salon, pretty much, whether it's like products and hair care, all that. And then just look at their salon culture. I think that's a huge thing. Make sure you're going to vibe well with them. If it's something that like we're very like high end luxury, but still very chill. You know what I mean? Like very like all have a conversation and everything. So it's not like stuffy or anything in there. We are both because it's just us two now, me and Michaela, and we're very similar. She's more type A and more type C. Like it just kind of like, I'm like, whatever, like, okay. She's more, and I just like, we vibe well off of each other. So it's just finding your way in and not going somewhere where, this isn't going to work. Find the right vibe. And, but I mean, overall, for building purposes, I also look at their marketing, look at their Instagram, look at what they actually promote. Yeah, there's so many things. And I looked at reviews. I mean, I already knew her, so I kind of already knew the thing, but it's like, I'm going based off like as if I had no idea who this person was,
Yeah.
So it's like, I would look at their reviews, their Google reviews, and see like what kind of people are coming in, what they're looking at, just to see if it's something that works well with you.
Yeah.
Even like reaching out to previous stylists. I'm not let's say I would have reached out to any other previous stylist, they would have, if they would have said something negative, I'm the kind of person that I have to see for myself,
Yeah.
Like I can't look at a bad Yelp review and be like, oh, I would never go there. Like, I'm like, well, let's try it out. Let's see if it,
Yeah.
And then what else? There's a lot of red flags I could tell you about that.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I was like, I can tell you
what red flags to look out for. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say my biggest red flag is someone that is holding you back from education. I would never in my life work for someone that I can never, not that I need to be better than anyone, but like someone that always needs to keep me here because they need to stay here. Like that, like even when I was a salon owner, like I'm like, I want you to be better than me. I don't need to be the head honcho. Like we're not
right
where we're at.
Ego.
Like,
there's that ego again that plays into it.
Someone that is able to like, hey, let's all be at the same level. You be better than me. Like pour into me. Don't think that I'm always going to keep you within my just down here. Like it needs to be. That's a huge one, and I hear that a lot from stylists and our students is they have a hard time doing this education stuff because the owner feels like, oh, well, that's stupid. That's silly that you're going to spend that much money on education. Like, like they don't really pour back into them. They think they need to be the best of the best always.
Yeah.
So, yeah, checking people's egos pretty much. But yeah, I think that's like the biggest red flag right there is someone that's going to be holding you back. And I unfortunately do see that a lot nowadays. So, yeah.
Well, and it's such a fluid profession in that probably most of the time stylists aren't going to be staying at one salon forever.
Yeah.
They're going to move around and move along and maybe do booth rent or start their own salon or whatever. So not supporting each other in that, and like that's going to set you up for a burnt bridge later, probably, to not be supporting each other in that situation.
And I feel like that's such a shitty thing in our industry is I've seen this a lot over my own, like throughout the years of my own career, is like, if you're not with me, you're dead to me kind of. And I just don't, that to me is like the most toxic thing that you could ever be as an owner, as an educator, as whatever. And that's just, we don't own people. I mean, last time I checked, we don't own people.
Right.
You are free to do whatever you need to do, wherever you need to go. And I think keeping those, like that communication open and everything, like things would be just so much more fluid in this industry and not so cutthroat, and like, especially the extension industry. It is wild out.
Really?
Hey,
wait,
oh my.
Spill it. Tell me. I don't know that much about extensions.
Holy moly. I have never in my life seen so many lawsuits thrown around.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tug of war, pretty much, of, no, I did this. No, I did this first. No, you did this and that, and whatever. And it's like, we like to just sit back and like watch everyone else like kind of scramble because we're like, anyways, we're just really, like, Yeah, I mean, we've seen it all. It gets really bizarre, very culty, we'll like to call it. It gets
Dang.
yeah, no, it's these
Like a
extension
documentary about all this
honestly, it's coming. I'm sure it is. There's no way that they're gonna be able to like get away with half the crap they're getting away with without like it
Mhm.
coming out. Because
Yeah.
it does get pretty, yeah, we definitely love to mind our business. And, our method is patented now. It's like we're like in our own little world over here. We're not trying to be the biggest method in the world. We're just honestly just trying to make people's hair not fall out of their head and no bald spots and scabs
Yeah.
causing issues. And we're really focused on scalp health, and we're just really focused on our own little bubble over here.
Yeah. I do want to ask about Mane Luxe.
Yeah.
How did that get started?
So it was pretty much when you think of like being in knowing multiple methods, you find the holes in the methods, if that makes sense. And Michaela did a great job at creating this method. She found the method to where it is the most comfortable in the head. Sometimes I like hear her talk and I'm just like, how'd you even figure that out? Like, she's like, it has to like bounce like properly. Like the bead has to this, and then the hair and the width. And I'm just like, all right, I would have never in my life. I'm like, thank God you did it for me. Cause I knew from the get go, I'm like, I'm never in my life starting a method. Heck no, heck no, heck no. And so I'm very glad that I just get to stand behind this one because it's the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, it pretty much started with like, there's holes in a lot of other methods that just like are the little missing pieces of certain things, and just the way that a bead is placed, or the way that the stitching is, or the tension and all this stuff, the placement. Like there's so many things that we like when our students come to our class, they're like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, yeah, it's the little tiny details that you don't think about, that you won't see in a YouTube video. This is why we created the education that we created, is because that's what it takes. It's not just like come and take the class, here's your certificate, go nuts. Like there's education after the fact and all this stuff. Like it's a very intricate method. There's a lot of information, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Innovative.
Very innovative. There you go. That's
Sounds
the word
like
I was looking for.
Yeah, so cool. I love that. Do you guys sell, is it a particular product too that Mane Luxe is, or is it the method?
It's the method. Right now it's the method. And then I know she's working on her hairline, which like I said, we are going to get as close to perfection as we can. Like it hasn't been launched because she's found some really cool vendors, and we're the guinea pigs of it right now. So I know it's like she won't launch it until it's perfect. So there's no rush or race to launch the brand of hair. It's not till it's perfect. So yeah, that I think would be the next thing.
Yeah. And I know that aligns with your personal values as a stylist, which I wanted to ask you a little bit how you landed on those values of this isn't leaving my chair until it's perfect. How did you form that value, I guess?
Well, I feel like in our industry and just in my own journey with being in different salons and stuff, I've seen too much of like, they get what they get, like good enough. And to me, I'm like, we're not charging like $100 here. Like we're charging someone's like mortgage payment for hair. If you're going to come and you're going to come into and pay luxury prices, have the luxury experience, like I better deliver. Like it pressure's on me. Like I need to make sure you're coming in like, and you're gonna leave so happy, given that the expectations are realistic. Like if someone comes in with like jet black hair and wants to be like platinum white blonde, I'm not a yes girl. Like I won't yes you to death. Like yeah, of course we got no. My favorite word to say is no. Like honestly, because I care about the health of their hair. I care about the integrity of their hair. I care about what it's going to look like when you style it versus when I style it, because those are two different things, you know?
Totally, yeah.
I don't want people to be out there and be like, yeah, look at that hair, that girl's hair over there looks crazy. Like, you know, no, not me. So it's
Yeah.
just, I think of not just how you're feeling in the chair, but I think of like, okay, how is this going to look to the outside world? It's a huge deal for me. It's, you know, my own billboard, and that's our name. Our name's literally on your hair. That's our signature right there.
Yeah.
And again, like, especially with the way the economy is and stuff right now, the fact that people go out of their way to get luxury services, especially extensions right now, I mean, you want to even over deliver at this point. You know, I've always been that
Yeah.
under promise, over deliver, but yeah, I've seen too much bad hair, bad extensions, good enough hair. Oh, they won't notice it. It's fine. Like, it's in the back. They
Yeah.
won't notice it. Like, it's so many things that I've heard over the years that I'm just like, damn, we can't do that.
Not going to help your business.
Not around
Not
here,
going to
partner.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not going to bring you new clients. Not
Yeah.
going to be good in the end. Not a good mindset to have.
Exactly. And
Lazy mindset, I guess.
exactly. And even just the comfortability of them being in my chair for as long as they're in my chair. Like, I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like we can talk about anything, like not like stiff or awkward or I don't know. There's a lot that goes into the experience of getting your hair done at M Styling.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Totally. Plenty of reasons why people come back, why
So
people
many. Oh, for sure.
know you for what you're known for and like keep coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
Circling back to people who do take the salon ownership route, what are some things that you would tell them about partnerships or like business decisions to help them on that path?
I would for sure say that if you are going to be going into a partnership with somebody, especially whether they're friends, family, a spouse, like whatever, I cannot stress it enough. Like, I would honestly go to some type of like a couples therapy to like, we didn't do like a couples therapy, but we did do like a business coaching, and it was really helpful, and we really were able to see how each other like our strong suits and stuff. So that's kind of where I came up with the idea that it would be very helpful to do something like that, because then you're able to see this person can take the lead in this part because that's their strong suit. This person can take their lead. Like, you can figure out how to delegate and how to really work together and not feel like I'm doing more than this, but not have that animosity towards each other.
Yeah.
Again, especially like going into business with somebody is always a risk, because there's a relationship outside of the business relationship. And
Totally. Yeah.
we always,
It's all fun and games
it's
until
all fun and games, and it's all
yeah.
and this and that, until it's like, oh shit, like life hits the fan in my case. Like, oh my God, my life's falling apart. Like, let me make sure the salon doesn't fall. Like, it was just a huge learning journey for me, 100%. Like, would I do it over again? Absolutely. I would do it very differently. That was one of our biggest understandings at the beginning, though, was friendship is our priority, and the business aspect of it, like, we need to be able to communicate that without getting our feelings involved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It worked well for us because she was very like the logic side of things, and I was like the creative side of things, and like so I let her do her thing the best way she knew how. She let me do my thing the best way. It worked out, and I think that having that business coaching that we had helped us get through a lot. And making sure you guys are on the same page when it comes to that. And I would now, knowing what I know, like processing what I went through, I would play every scenario in my head. All right, guys, like, we're going to open a business. Okay, what's going to happen if I broke my leg tomorrow? Like, things like that, and just see like, okay, like, how quick can we come up with a solution? It's like, you know, you only really plan. It's like a relationship. You only plan for things to be perfect. You only plan for things to always work out and to, you know, make it to the end and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But you don't plan on things not working out. You don't plan on, you know, in my case, I wasn't necessarily planning on getting divorced in a year and stuff like that, and like moving and this and that. Like, life really happened really fast for me. But yeah, I would play all those scenarios and just the what ifs, the this, the that. And that's why I said like couples counseling somehow, some
Yeah.
type of like, if I could create a business partnership counseling program, like I think I would like, I'd retire. That's what I would,
Yeah.
for sure.
No kidding, because it's like if you don't, obviously business ownership is always, like you said, risky, but also a lot of times going into it, just like everything's unknown.
Oh,
And so
sure.
not having expectations even ahead of time, and then when things coming up are really just like really easy for resentments
Oh,
to
for sure.
to start building.
And even the way we opened it in the first place, like it wasn't like we had this like elaborate business plan that we just knew and did that. Like it, when I say it fell into our lap, it fell into our lap. Like we're looking up random spaces in February of 2021, and then this random ass space popped up in the middle of nowhere, and we're like, "Oh
Totally.
shit! Okay, everyone, it's happening." It's always been an idea. We always had the idea of it. We almost opened one back in like we've always wanted to do it, but it was never like set in stone, like planned out properly. Da, da, da. I think
Yeah.
honestly, after that business coaching we did, like if her, I know, and I can say this very confidently, that if her and I were to have ever done it again, like we would do it commission based. Like da, da, da. There's so many things we've learned along the way, and
Yeah.
but it's yeah, definitely be a lot more prepared than we were because holy moly,
Yeah.
it was wild. But yeah, it was meant to be.
Everything always like works out how it should. We learn the lessons that we need to learn, and
Yeah, it
we
does.
keep moving on
Oh, for
and
sure.
progressing. Yeah. I think your story is so awesome, and thanks so much for sharing it. Like you've been through so much and just overcome a lot, and the resiliency is so inspiring to people who,
Yeah,
like, whether you're wanting and expecting the change or not, but like you can make it through and
yeah,
you can get out in a better situation than you ever hoped for.
absolutely. And I think learning the law of detachment has been very helpful. Like being able to just like, hey, yeah, we definitely went through this, and yeah, we have to move on. I'm not someone that can live in the burden or the resentment or this. I can't do that to myself. Like I know
Yeah.
I'm so capable of literally building something from the ground up. It could be taken from me tomorrow again, and I'll be like, all right, well, I know what to do. And it's just I don't attach to things. I don't attach to people even like at this point anymore. And so it's like you live and you learn and you move on, and you're like, all right, let's roll. Like
Yep.
no one can replace me, literally.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one can ever replace me. No one can be me. No one can ever have the grace and the grit that I have. If I did it before, I could do it again thing. So
Totally. It takes the fear out of it when you can have that mindset. It's not as scary to
it does.
just try something.
It does. And yeah, you got to just dive into it and just like, okay, well, we're doing this. Let's go. Like full force. I'm very proud of myself, I guess.
That's
Please say
amazing.
it.
Yeah, that is amazing. I'm proud of you too. I like it's just cool hearing everything that you've been through and that you have such a healthy mindset about it now. And I know it's going to be really beneficial for a lot of other stylists to hear about. So thanks for being here
Of
today.
course. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, I'd love to wrap up with a few fun, just like rapid fire
All
questions.
right, let's do it.
Do you have a dream celebrity client?
I do, and I think that this one's gonna be like wild because everyone's gonna be like, really? Like they're gonna probably expect someone like magical hair. Like I want to do Britney Spears' hair so bad because I
Yeah?
can fix her. I can fix her. Like I can make her hair look great. But
I want to see this.
yeah, I'm like, let me sit with her for like a couple hours. Like we'll fix her right away. But I also
Oh,
think
I
I can
love
fix
that.
everyone. So yeah,
As I'm sure you
yeah,
can. Yeah.
probably.
What is one hair trend you wish would disappear forever?
The black to silver, but I know that it's also like I had it and I had to get rid of it because everyone I was like I'm not gonna let you pay me to do what I do to my hair. I got every extension in the world in my head right now, like back in the day when I had it, but yeah, that black to silver ombre, that thing freaking still haunts us to this day. It was, no. And bad.
That sounds like a
I was
tough
like,
one.
and bad extensions in general. That can go away.
Yeah. What's the craziest client request you've ever had?
Boy, I've had a few, I feel. I have, if we're talking hair, or are we talking not hair? Because
Up to you. You can answer this question how you like.
we come from a town of swingers, so that was a freaking weird
Whoa.
conversation. I was like, okay, no, thank
Tea.
you, but no, I don't roll that way. Yeah, that was that. I had no idea. I was still very like naive to a lot of that stuff. This was early.
Yeah.
This was like pretty early in my career, and I was just like, what are they talking about? I had to have like my girl next to me tell me like, I'm like, oh my God, like immediately no. But as far as like hair requests go, I've had someone with like hair like this short want like 24-inch extensions. And I'm like, as much as I would love to give that to you, I will not.
Wig, maybe.
Yeah, I was like, girl, I've worn wigs. Like, shoot, go pop off. Let's go find you a wig. But nothing too crazy.
If you weren't a stylist, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't a stylist, I'd probably be some type of therapist, something. I always, before when I was still in high school, I was always like interested in helping like kids or troubled like teens with life. Like I just always saw myself as some type of a counselor or something like that. I like even my clients, like my younger clients and stuff that I have now, like they're very open with me and all that. But I always some type of counseling, some type of help with like mental health. That's always been a huge, like very, very passionate about that, especially just even seeing my own growth with it. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have been put in it when I was a child. Like that would have probably helped me a lot in my future, But it just, I think a lot of people think that mental health means like you're like crazy or something's wrong with you. But I think it's just a way to help us untangle the wires in our brain that, everyone's are wired differently. So
totally.
But that's probably what I would be doing. Something therapeutic like that. Something that still
you found the right career.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever.
You found the right career because it's basically you do hair and that all day.
Exactly. So I basically, exactly. I get to do it without just sitting on a couch and, but so works out.
Yeah. Where can everybody find you to follow along with you or get more information about Mane Luxe?
So if you guys want to like more information on Mane Luxe, there's the Instagram, the Mane Luxe Method, or it's just Mane Luxe Method. My Instagram is mar.mstyling. If you guys want to see me on a personal level, this is the only one that I'm like, it's not like hair centered, but my TikTok, it's like the only one that I'm like, whatever. We just post whatever we want on there. And that one, it's mar.naibeth. So NAYIBETH.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for listening to this week's episode of the Beauty Connective Podcast. If you are a beauty professional and you're interested in finding new clients outside of social media, go check out thebeautyconnective.com where you can create your free profile today. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. We appreciate it a lot, and we'll see you next time.